Decided to go ahead and get the witch crest last time. Grey Root attacked us, which had Hornet in a tree, but we got the operation done at Yarnaby's and got the witch's crest. We also visited Plenty and got ourselves the Hive Steel Needle. If you want to see what it looks like, you can check out the last episode. Now I'm back in the Whispering Vaults, since I did forget this the last time. And I'm going to be checking this place out. Doesn't really seem like there's much to explore. We got ourselves a shard bundle, and I decided to get out of there. Really wasn't nothing else to look at. Now I'm in the Cogwork core, since I do have the completed Cog Heart, and I'm going to be using that thing. Just have to get past these enemies, knock that guy out of the way. He met his demise, or it met his demise. These are robots here. Not sure why I'm trying to give it some sort of gender, but it's whatever. Just got killed. And I'm back. Just have to maneuver around all of these traps and everything. And I'm basically where I should be. Been here before, although I didn't have my double jump then, which prevented me from going where I needed to go. Just took these two flying rats out of the way. And I'm seeing that there is an area I haven't checked out here. So I'm jumping up, going a little higher, and I'm finding something in the corner. Got another shard bundle. Haven't used any of these things. But I did find myself a couple of breakable walls. Now we're in this area. There seems to be a robot. We just broke it out of its container. Okay, we can't expect it. Now we're gonna insert the Cogwork heart. And this robot's coming to life. It's the second Sentinel. We end up talking to it for a little bit. And after we discuss things, the Sentinel decided to run off. I had to go all around the coral chambers. It seems like it's random when this guy shows up, but I finally found him. And he's attacking this group of bugs right here. It's doing its job defending the Citadel. It bowed and then it just left. Ran into it again near the first shrine, aka Songclave. Accidentally got taken out. But when I came back and checked the board, I did find Final Audience. And that is a quest I was looking for. And we're going to have to find the Sentinel. He's going to be in the High Halls. And now we're here. Just accepted the quest, and we have to find this guy now, which has us jumping up here and following the trail. Seems like we have another thing to use for tracking, and it's leading us up here. This wall was not open the last time, so that's something different. Now we're talking to the second Sentinel. Is coming to life. We're going to be having a long conversation with it. But I ended up losing the first time. Came back to the High Halls. And I'm using this bench as a place to just come back if I die or something like that. Now I'm going to be choosing my builds. And I'm switching out the silk shot for tax, actually. I go around, I look at all this stuff, but no, I'm going to be picking tax. since it is the most useful tool I found out after a few battles. That's what my build looks like, and I'm back here. Now the thing about the second Sentinel is that it's really not too bad, except that its attacks are pretty wide and far-reaching. Like that projectile attack that you see back there. It's not really hard to avoid unless you're close to it. It's kind of hard to actually do that, so you want to keep a little bit of a distance between you and the second Sentinel. It does a few air attacks where it spins up, shoots down the projectile. That's not hard to avoid, at least. You can't get your attacks in there here and there. I'm not using the attacks just yet since it is the first phase of the fight. He also does a few striking attacks. You can't jump up and pogo over him like you just seen right there. I dropped down a few attacks. Now the thing about attacks is that you have to lead your boss or enemy or whatever you're fighting towards these attacks. I just did that. The second Sentinel stepped on every single one of those things and triggered them all. Now I'm just going to be continuing this fight, avoiding every single one of these attacks when I can. Sometimes it's not possible. Just got a dizzy and ran into it at the same time. That was great. Now I have to heal. Almost at full life. Just have to get more silk. Doing these sweeping, dashing attacks. Now following it up with additional attacks since this guy is pretty aggressive. He does have a parry attack too, like you just seen right there. If he gets into a stance and flashes a little bit, you don't want to hit him. So that's your way of avoiding that. Drop down more attacks. Just using them sparingly since I don't want to overuse tools. It costs a lot of shards. I'm gonna have to farm shards if I use tools constantly. But they are having an effect. He's constantly stepping on him as he's moving around the field. AKA the battlefield, if you don't know what I'm talking about. I just took this guy out. That's the end of the fight. I guess we have to talk to the second Sentinel again. And we have a quick conversation. The wish has been granted. The final audience is over. And it seems like it has a gift for us, which is the reserve bind. Gotta see what it does now. It's able to hold a bind's worth of silk used when healing is needed and one's natural resources run low. Is basically for emergencies. This is what it looks like. I accidentally did it there just to show you what it does. Now I'm here in Weaviness Atla. And we're going to be talking to Eva. And she's saying that she is sensing that Hornet's getting stronger. Now she's scanning Hornet again. We're getting some. We got ourselves a Venicrest, which means additional tools can be equipped. Hold on. Something happened. It expanded. Now we got another space, which is even better. Now we end up talking to Eva again for a little bit. I'm just going to be skipping things and going to actually put tools into this Venicrest. I like the polyp pouch. I don't really use it as much as I want to. Now I have the chance to use it all the time. I just put the Silk Speed anklets on there just because. Now we're here in the coral chambers. We talk to these spirits, and afterwards we play the melody since that's what they wanted to happen. And it seems like they're satisfied with the melodies, and they're just giving us their last message. Seems like the elevator is being unlocked. And our objective has been updated. We're gonna be heading up. She was waiting for us the entire time. Either way, we're not going to be going through the first battle. Actually lost it. I'm here in the Cogwork core to actually use this bench. Now I'm changing my builds. Basically have an exploration build on me right now. Going to be switching things up with the cross stitch for silk skill. And then equipping the scuttle brace, like having it on during a boss fight. Silk Speed anklets since lace is pretty quick. And also the magnetite dice. Everything else stays the same. Now I'm back here to get into this battle. Lace is essentially the same as her first two battles. You're going to be watching out for the same attack. She does dash in, jump up to do a downward striking attack. So you're going to have to watch out for that. I'm placing attacks, which is powered up with the polyp pouch. So she's getting poisoned every single time that she steps on the tacks and all that. I'm not going to be using too many tacks at once. I'm just going to be spreading them out throughout the battle. And we have just entered stage 2. Now in stage 2, when she jumps into the air, there are projectiles that are created, so you want to stay out of those little circles. Other than that, everything remains the same. When she does those dashing attacks, you just have to jump over and do a little pogo. You can't just heal too, like I did right there when you have a little bit of an open space. And I'm just going to be continuing with this fight. Just got her dizzy again, smacking her when I can. And she is stepping on every single attack I'm laying down. This is going to be the third phase of the fight. This was seen in the first battle between, well, yeah, it'll be the first battle between Lace and Hornet, where she does have an area of effect. You want to stay out of it, or else you're going to get hit by her barrage of attacks. Just placing more attacks down when I can. still have plenty on me. And I'm just going to be continuing like this until she gets got. Okay, I just messed up there. Place down more attacks. Just pogoing a little bit. That's it. The tax did the job. I'm liking these things more and more every single time. Hold on. I guess we're supposed to talk to her. End up having a quick conversation with her. She goes into her story. You learn more about her. Then she just goes back to sleep. Something else is happening. Alright. We just got hit by this glowing ball of light. And now we're here. Hornet just woke up. We have to find a way out of this place. See a little message. Guess this has to be powered with levers. Jumping over here, doing the same thing. We'll just continue going higher. And we have gotten to where we needed to go. And we're back here with Lace that's still sleeping. Our objective has been updated again. We can't use the elevator, which kind of sucks. I want to get back down to Enclave, but we're going to be going in here since the door did open. Don't have a map to this place. Hold on. Before I go any further, let's check this out. Seems to be a ventrica. And also a bench. Take a little seat right here. Can I get a map from this thing? It's just giving us a little warning about the ventrica. Alright, we're not going to be listening to that. Just going to be checking things out to see if there's some sort of breakable wall or ceiling. I don't see none. So I'm going to be heading to the first shrine. Now I'm back here and I'm going to be talking to the caretaker. We have a long conversation with him, multiple conversations with this guy actually, and then he offers us the Silk and Soul Wish, which we just accepted. We have 2 of these items already, which is the Secret Soul and the Snare Setter. We just need the Maiden Soul and then the Hermit Soul. So I'm taking off. I'm in Bone Bottom. Just found the Maiden.
Buenera.
AKA the Chapel Maid. Have a quick conversation with her. And we get our Maiden Soul. After this, we went to Bellheart. Right by, well, we're in the Bellway station, going through the little secret entrance, and it's not going to be hard to find the Bell Hermit, which is right here. Have a quick conversation with him too, and we get the Hermit Soul. Now we're set. We're back at Enclave, and we're going to be talking to the caretaker again. After another long conversation, we end up giving him all the items we collected, and the wish has been granted.
Elos.
We talk to him one more time. He gets ready, and we have to meet him in the Cradle. So we're back up here, and I'm ready to actually explore this place. Just have to take another seat at the bench, just in case I die somehow. Not sure if there's enemies in here or not. Gonna be jumping up a little bit. Trying to find breakable walls of any kind. There's no breakable seal in there. We have officially entered the Cradle. This place looks pretty run down. A whole lot of these cages just broken and scattered, along with obvious webs all over the place. Now I found myself a breakable wall in this section. Going through it, and I'm in a room with a whole lot of these cages. Weaver in 8th part, last in their line. Just a little bit of information of who they captured, I'm assuming. This is another Weaver that got captured. I'm not sure if it's the same one or not. Doesn't really seem like it. Quarter part, last of their line. This might have been the one that was used for Hornet. Probably not. Or it might be. Gonna head out of this room now. Doesn't really seem to be anything else here to find. Gonna be checking one more time. Nope, no breakable walls or nothing. So I'm back out here. Gonna be heading down a little bit. Almost ran into those spikes, but I didn't though. No hidden path there, none. Or at least I don't think. No. Alright, I'm heading back up. And I guess I'll just keep going up. I think I'm seeing a place where I can't buy a map. Gonna be paying 70 rosaries. Have hell of them at this point. Nearly 3,000 rosaries. Got myself the map of the Cradle. Now I'm in this section. Gonna be going to this side since I haven't explored it yet. No breakable seal in there. Is there something breakable here? Yep, found myself a hidden breakable wall. Going inside, finding some silk. Taking that silk. There doesn't really seem to be anything else here. Makes me assume that I should use the needle in it, since that's all I have left. Something's happening. And this is what's here. There's a little message, apparently from Grandmother Silk's children or something like that, that has already perished in the past. Not sure of the history behind those spirits or those voices, but I found myself a switch, which broke away this floor. Now everything's connected. I'm also guessing this will be a shortcut when I lose to Grandmother Silk. Speaking about that boss, I'm almost there. Just need to jump up a little bit. I guess I'm going to be setting these platforms in place. Jumping over here, going to the wall, getting on this platform, and raising it up a little bit. Assuming I'm going to be doing the same thing to every single one of these platforms. There's nothing on this side. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. Jumping over here. One more time. Hey, the caretaker has already arrived. We talked to him, and he's telling us that he set the trap. He's wishing us good luck and everything. Now he's gone. Before I go into the boss fight, here's my build. I take out my attacks, and I actually put in the Sting Shard. That's it. Don't really change anything else except for my silk skill, which I replace cross stitch with Thread Storm, but now I'm getting into the boss fight. Lost this boss for a little bit, and Grandmother Silk really isn't too bad. She hasn't shown up yet, but here she is. Don't let her size intimidate you. She's actually not that bad of a boss. With the Sawtooth Circlet, you have all the weapons you would need to actually beat her. I stay in the air the majority of the time, hitting her with the Sawtooth Circlet and then going into Claw Line. Sometimes I'll follow that up with a little pogo action. Her blades are pretty easy to avoid. You'll see the direction they're going in. They have little gaps where you can jump through them or just stand there and they won't hit you. With this web attack, you want to stay in an open space. If you do that, you're not going to get hit. If you do get hit, she's going to be grabbing you and you're going to be losing 3 mass, aka alien hits. That's the end of stage 1. It really isn't too long. You just have to hit her a few times. Now, in this stage, you have to avoid all the rocks in the center. Now they're on the sides. She reappears and the battle continues. Unfortunately, I got hit up by that web attack. Sometimes you can't avoid those things. And in this section, not much has changed except for the rocks and these blades that are on the ground, which kind of limits your movement. It doesn't really matter since I'm staying in the air most of the time anyways. Just got her dizzy again. Got a full silk wheel. I'm at full life. Not really worried about this at all. Jumping through most of the knives. Well, they're half scissors, actually. If I want to be technical about it. Alright. She does do a little swipe attack. It's not hard to avoid either. You want to be in the air when that happens. Damn, I got caught that web attack again, but it doesn't really matter since this is the end of the boss fight. I'm going to be hitting Y for needling, and this should set me up for Act 3. Something's opening up, and it's the void that's reaching up to grab Grandmother Silk. She's trying to grab onto Hornet. Lace is coming out, and she saves Hornet. What is that thing anyways? Besides the void, you know, I mean. Oh, damn. Seems like Farloom is under attack. All those bugs seem to be dead. That does not look concerning at all. Either way, this is going to be the end of the game, quote unquote. It's not really the end of the game since I have a whole lot more to do. There's going to be Act 3, which means more bosses, more areas to actually explore, and hopefully more weapons too. I'm going to be going through all that and giving my tips on how to beat some of those bosses and everything. But if you like this episode, you can leave that like, subscribe, and slapping that notification button. Want to thank you and everyone that subscribed to the channel. Until next time, I hope you have a good one. Peace out.